Chris Paul coming at Hassan, shoots it over Richardson.
He brings that ball away.
114 points a game. Nene from Chris Paul and the foul. Paul, perfect pass. Richardson at ball against Bam. Keeps you off balance with his hand with only 4 turnovers. Paul driving by Bam, lays it in. 5 on the shot clock. Paul on the keeper for the score. Chris Paul, 16-foot. He measured its lead. 2 minutes into the second half. Paul, cut for 24.
Shoot a jump shot here.
And make it a 3-new game, tied up at 80.
Good decision by JJ. He saw Nene coming over to double team.
Chris Paul gets a screen from Nene. Pushes off on Tyler and scores.
By Whiteside, he learned his mistake that he made in Houston.
He has 7 turnovers, many of them late. Paul, game-saving steal for Harden, and he finds Chris Paul.
And no Jordan Bell for Golden State. Chris Paul gets inside.
2 minutes in the quarter. 2 minutes.
Pass inside goes to Eric Gordon.
Last year, he's the best value contract in the league.
First quarter points has been a part of their success as Paul tries another and hits another. Paul gets it inside to Capella, counted and a foul. Well, Steve Javie, of course, works for us now at ESPN as Paul knocks it down. Paul steps up for 3. Bang! Paul's got Pachulia on him on the switch. Little shake and bake move. Jump shot is good. Harden finds Paul. Paul wide open for 3. Chris Paul there. Chris Paul gets it inside to Capella. They got a piece of it. Paul, hand in his face, nails the 3-pointer again on Chris Paul. Mooney stays with him. Leans in. Paul scoop layup, throws it up, and gets the back. Chris Paul open 3. Got it!
13 points per game. He had a career high 36 at Houston as he nailed 6 threes. 26.5 a game for Davis, number 4 in the NBA. Chris Paul up top over Holiday for 3 consecutive shots. Paul going to work, the runner.
Cunningham was open. But the big thing is don't overpass in there now because you'll play right down their hand. How about that? And now Capella's really got to make a tough decision whether he goes for the block.
Chris Paul makes it look Gordon and misfires.
Because of the three-point shooting at both ends here now. Oh, what a great three-point game. Plus, both guys get fouled and they get to the line a lot.
Chris' lead against the Rockets is really much less than that.
Chris Paul, give Capella credit now. He got away with a bump, but he was right there.
Chris Paul hard stepping for the layup. Go for the steal. Step back 3. Games early when Chris Paul was hurt. And speaking of Chris Paul, comes up with the theft. Nelson tried to contest.
Perimeter now. You're going to be playing Houston's game.
Chris Paul back in the game and back.
Chris Paul over Moore.
It's tonight, no doubt. Chris Paul gets inside, finds his rhythm, knocks down his first shot. Ariza quickly down the other end. Green guarding Chris Paul behind the arc.
Start the offense in motion from the outside as he goes inside. How about that inverted?
He is so under the weather, unable to make it tonight. Chris Paul fakes it, gets it to Capella for the slam. And now coaching his alma mater. Congratulations to Dan D'Antoni on what a great weekend. Chris Paul, a little stutter dribble. Off balance, 1 foot is good. Back up top, wide open Harden. Through the hands of Gay, right to Popovich. Not hesitant to put him on. The #1 scorer. Capella gets in and finishes. Ball, a little shake and bake, pulls up, knocks it down. Ball on a string right now. Paul puts it in.
Western Conference Finals, San Antonio Spurs, Dallas Mavericks, both took the Phoenix Suns out as Chris Paul. That's the point of the whole thing is he's just so unique, and you got to appreciate him as Gerald Green into it themselves, because you can't erase a deficit 2 points at a time against a team that gets threes at the rate that they did in the low post and shot, mid-range jump shots himself.
Bamute.
And Houston's just 2 of 4. So, I mean, they, like you're saying, they just only 4 long 2.
Paul fading away over Crawford.
Paul shoots over his buddy LeBron James and Paul hesitates on a three, something Mike D'Antoni says he can't do because he's such a... You mentioned Isaiah Thomas the first 36 games. Shumpert's been hurt the whole year. Nene! Chris Paul flips it inside. Nene to finish. They average almost 110 points per game. That's fifth in scoring as Chris Paul. Paul steps into a three. That's good. And that's fifth in blocks per game. Chris Paul inside the Capella and an easy layup.
That was an interesting last point on the graphics. This franchise is Chris Paul.
Yeah, you hate to just continually talk as Chris Paul nails it. Paul drives off 1 foot.
Dunk contest. I know they got the guys that's going to participate, but the guy that blew out a candle and
from a triple-double, 22 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, make it 11 assists.
Gordon. Chris Paul, yeah. 5, P.J. Tucker. Chris Paul, there's a little patented jump shot. Orland on him, man. He hits it 2.
It's only good if you get away with it.
CP2. It was a good pick. Chris Paul again open. Down to 3, down to 2. Chris Paul deep with a 3. Down to 4, down to 3. It's Chris Paul's turn. Puts it up.
He and Shabazz Napier off the bench have been big help for the Blazers.
Chris Paul, they left him alone. Takes it down the line. Oh, Capella flashes to the... Chris Paul sets, fires. Minu's got to try to stop him. They switch Davis. Oh, use another shot, fellas. Just hold on to it. Well, Chris says, yeah, I'll get another one.
All into the paint. Got his own rebound.
Now you got a rebound.
And Chris Paul has been an all-defensive player in his NBA career several times and hits the couldn't finish. Paul for 3. Yes! At the bucket! Adam Anderson thought about it. Over to a wide-open Paul from downtown. And Capella with the block. Up and down they go. Ariza with the slam.
Yeah.
Hornets turnover.
Yeah, Gordon got down in there, got a deflection.
And Capella runs through.
He's too strong.
Dwight Howard is sculpted once again. Chris Paul short with it. Paul stopped on a dime and didn't leave.
Lamb is their 3rd scorer. Kaminsky is their 4th.
And it revealed that he had cancer. He subsequently had the procedure to remove cancer and gets it back in the corner. Kaminsky with the closeout. CP3 drills it. Under 3.5 to go. Chris Paul got Walker on his back and hit the floor.
The Rocket 5. Here comes Chris. Step back 3. Big shot by Chris. It's Paul, and Mitchell is there, and a shot by Chris is in. Outside Gordon. Step back lead. It's Paul. 3. Paul! Walking the tightrope. 3. Chris Paul! Riveting performance by Chris Paul. It's O'Neal. Shot clock at 2. Paul, the dance, fires. Go!
Now you add a future Hall of Famer to the mix.
Paul.
Looking for the screen. And fires for 3 and hits. Here's Paul for 3. He's hit 2. Paul has to force one. And scores! Denied. And Chris Paul going into the body of Steph Curry. And a little shimmy answer from Chris West. Playing Paul. Here's the runner and hit. Off West back on Paul. Here's Paul with the step and the layup. Capella comes up top. Screen Green. Paul fires and hits. Clock to 5. Here's Paul rubbing off Looney and